What's going on, guys? Auzio here, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we have got another midfielders tier list, and just to let you guys know early, I have not included icons, but if you guys do want to see where I rank the best icons in FIFA 23, there will be a link to a video in the description. Now, before we get into it, I just want to say that I recently found out that 77% of people that watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure to hit that sub button. It is much appreciated, and it really does help out on the channel. Now, we have got Yaya Toure, footies, Yaya Toure up first. The card is amazing. He's so good in that midfield and definitely going to be our first S tier card. Gavardiol shapeshifter card, very nice in a CDM position, pretty decent in a centre mid position, but I do prefer him as a CDM. I wouldn't say Gavardiol's S tier, but I definitely will say deserves to go A+. De Jong shapeshifter, love him. His Travellas are broken. They're so consistent. He is so good all-rounded. Shapeshifter De Jong is going to be our second S tier card. Fernandes, in my opinion, underrated. A very good box-to-box midfielder. I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. Casemiro, pretty nice in that CDM position. I know a lot of people did like this Casemiro for a very long time. Now they have moved on to like other cards, but he was a very good holding DM, but he never really felt that great on the ball. I wouldn't put Casemiro on the same level as that Gavardiol card, so I'm going to put him in the A tier. Fofana, another nice card that came out during Team of the Season, and another one of those cards a few people did use, but I feel like we have got better midfielders now, so Fofana is going to go into the A tier as well. Modric Team of the Season, he's up there with De Jong when it comes down to how consistent his Travellas are. They go in pretty much every other shot. It is crazy good. I never liked Modric on defense, but that's not really like his game too much. Like, he will help out on defense time to time, but it's more about him going forward. I would say Modric deserves to go in the A+ tier. I have used this Lloris card a lot. I usually partner him up with Milinkovic-Savic, and these two in the midfield are amazing with each other, but he's not as good as De Jong. He's not as good as Yaya Toure, and he's not as good as the midfielders that's going to go up there. So I'm going to put Lloris in the A+ tier, but he definitely is on the higher end of the A+ tier. Rice, not as good as Casemiro, not as good as Fofana. Declan Rice all the way down to the B+ tier. Witsel, pretty decent card. Very nice as a holding CDM. Another one that I don't really like too much in like that centre mid position, but I would say as a CDM, he's on that level of Gavardiol. Kimmich, he's really good at Travellas, but Kimmich is not as good as Modric, in my opinion. Kimmich, you're going to go into the A tier. Xavi Simons, very nice going forward, not so much on defense. For me, A tier for Xavi Simons. Llorente, I do actually prefer Llorente more as like a right back than I do as a centre mid. He's a very nice centre mid, but I'm not going to say S tier for Llorente as a centre mid. A+ for him. Moreno, I know when this card came out, I know a lot of people was like super hyped for him just because of the fact that they saw his stats and they were like, whoa, this guy's stats are up there with like the best. But you use him in game and you're like, okay, he's a nice card, but he isn't anything too insane. He's not on Lloris's level, that's for sure. Moreno, I'm going to put you in the A tier. Andre, worse than Casemiro, worse than Fofana, worse than Kimmich in a CDM position. Andre's going to go down into the B+. Thuram, everyone was disappointed with this upgrade. Everyone was like, okay, so Thuram's going to get a Team of the Season. This guy's going to be like a 92, 93 overall. Turns out he was an 89 overall. EA should have gave him a bigger upgrade. He was a nice card, but I wouldn't say he's anything further now than an A tier. KDB, 99 rated card, S tier. Don't need to say much. You guys, I think, will agree on that one. The disappointing thing about our is the high-low work rates. High-medium, okay. High, fantastic. High-low, you are like forced to use him as an attacking centre mid. I'm going to put our in the A tier. Virgil van Dijk, arguably the best CDM in the entire game. S tier. McAllister, I did like this McAllister. He was very good on the transition. Great to get out to players as well. I'm going to put McAllister A+. Gundo's Showdown card, one of the most overpriced SBCs of the year. I say this every single time when this card pops up on the midfielders tier list. We get like a yearly overpriced Gundo SBC. It happens every single FIFA. This Gundo, I would say he's A tier. He's still decent, but not Lloris level, not McAllister level. João Felix, defensively, I must admit, can sometimes be a little bit questionable with like the ball bouncing off him. But going forward, you're not going to get a much better attacking centre mid. S tier for João Felix. Joe Linton, a lot of people liked him when he came out. I actually did enjoy him in the midfield. He's a pretty solid centre mid at the time, but now we have so much better. Joe Linton, B+. Lucas Paqueta, Travellas with Lucas is very good. He's great on defense as well. Nice going forward. Ooh, I would say A tier. Yeah, I'm looking at like McAllister, and I do prefer McAllister in that centre mid position over Lucas Paqueta. Dirk Kuyt, I feel like he's quite outdated now. Dirk Kuyt, I'm going to put you in the B+. I don't think he deserves to go on the same level as the centre mids and the CDMs in that A tier. Bruno Guimaraes, on the other hand, I did like him for a while. I used Bruno a lot in Weekend League when he came out. He was like my go-to midfielder. A tier though, now. He's not on the Reese's level, that's for sure. He's not on the Rente's or McAllister's level, no way. I've always been like one of those people that likes Verratti, but at the same time, it's like his reach is just so annoying. He misses out on a lot of like interceptions. But I know there's a lot of people that love this team of the season, Verratti. But for me, he's A tier at best. Savinir, very good attacking wise. Defense wise, he's solid on defense, but it's more what you see going forward that really makes him like stand out. Savinir, A+. Tchouameni, level up card, unbelievable in that CDM position. He's a pretty solid centre mid as well, but you play this guy in a CDM position and he is up there with the best. Tchouameni for me is S tier. Memphis Depay, shapeshifter. Another one of those where I didn't love him on defense. I felt like his tackling animations weren't great, but going forward, he definitely is a nice card. I'm going to put Memphis Depay in the A+ tier. Milinkovic Savic, decent. I would say he's in between A and B+, but I'm going to put him in the A tier. Just because I like how all-rounded he is, but there definitely is a few things that aren't like too amazing about him. Bellingham, S tier. So comfortable as well, man. He is just a joke in this game. Lobotka. Ooh, okay. Lobotka is going to go into the B+ tier. He doesn't deserve to be on the same tier as like Fofana and Casemiro. Lobotka, yeah, B+. Adeyemi, pretty solid box to box. I would say Adeyemi deserves to go into the A tier. Martial, just unreal. They did such a good job of upgrading this card. S tier. Yeah. S tier for Martial. He just offers you so much in that midfield. This Trophy Titan card never really was that guy. Like, he was decent. It's just the issue with Marquinhos is the fact that, like, his pace is good, but nothing insane. His dribbling is good, but not insane. You know, his passing is nice, and on defense, he can put in a good tackle and all, but his physicals as well aren't anything too insane. For me, there is way better centre mids. I prefer Bruno. I prefer someone like Fofana just because of how aggressive he goes into tackles. I'm going to put Marquinhos in the B+ tier. Kessie, 30 card. Say this every time I see him, even when we pack him through like share plays and all. Engine chem style. Don't go for a shadow, go for an engine. You're going to keep him on that lengthy accelerate style while improving his dribbling a massive amount as well. Love Kessie. Probably going to end up using him next weekend as well, or let's say this weekend. S tier for Kessie. Paulinho, the main issue with him is the fact that no one should worry about players feeling like horrendous on the ball, right? With the options we have now this late into the game, you don't really want a CDM that's got like 70-something agility, you know, it's a CDM that can't turn at all. Sometimes you get stuck, you lose the ball in stupid areas. The pace on Paulinho as well is nice, but isn't anything insane. I would say B+ for Paulinho now. Benzema Winter Wildcard. Benzema's Winter Wildcard is nice, but you look at this guy's pace now compared to the midfielders we have. Yeah, it is a little bit of a sticky one, I must admit, but he is still pretty decent. I'll say this though, Winter Wildcard Benzema, in between these two tiers, B+ and A tier, but I'm going to put him in the A tier. Barella, team of the season, I still like Barella a lot. I'm going to put him in the A+. Tonali, great on defense, great at putting in tackles. Dribbling can be a little bit questionable time to time, and I will say I do prefer someone like Gavardio and Witsel in that CDM position. I'm going to put Tonali A tier. Phillips, even though he has got 5-star skill moves with a 5-star weak foot, I do prefer players like Casemiro. I do prefer players like Fofana in the CDM position. Same thing with players like Tonali as well. I'm going to put Phillips in the B+. I know he's got 5-star skill moves. I know he has got a 5-star weak foot. But for me, he is not anything amazing if we're comparing it to the CDMs we have in the A tier now. And obviously, players in the A+ as well. Yeah, 8 players in the A+ like Gavardio are so much better than Phillips. And that is why Phillips is down here and Gavardio is all the way up there. Park Ji-sung, comparing it to the sentiments we have now, like Adeyemi, Park Ji-sung for me, B+. Milner, pretty nice SBC. Wasn't, you know, overpriced. Very solid as a box-to-box. I would say Milner, A tier. Tony Cruz, this is a controversial one because I know a lot of people would say S tier for Tony Cruz. But for me, comparing it to players like Kessie, comparing it to players like Martial, Bellingham, like KDB and stuff like that, De Jong, Yaya, I would say Cruz is A+. I think those players in the S tier are better. I really do, man. And yeah, I know it's another one of those cards that's got 5-star. 5-star is just, as a CDM, Kessie is better, man. I love this Kessie card. He's the real deal. And if you can afford him, pick him up. You won't be disappointed. Atal, as a centre mid, I did like Atal. It's just, again, it's one of those situations where now you have to compare him to the centre mids that we have in the S tier. And those centre mids 100% are better. Atal, A+. Milinkovic-Savic, it's not even up for discussion. S tier. So comfortable in that S tier. Acuna, I did like him when I used him. He was a very good midfielder. Oh, again, though, like, if you're comparing it to players like Martial, De Jong, KDB, Bellingham, Acuna needs to go into the A+. Definitely on the higher end, though, of the A+ tier. Rabiot, I liked Rabiot when I used him. I remember I was so surprised with how he was like moving around the pitch because of the fact that he's got medium work rates. I thought he was going to be one of those midfielders that just kind of stood in one area and wasn't like too aggressive on offense and wasn't like super defensive on defense. Like he didn't help out too much. But it didn't feel like he had that medium work rate in game. It felt like he had like high, medium or medium high. Well, high. He was just running up and down constantly. He is very good. But I think it's now time to drop him from the S tier into the A+. I feel like he just isn't on that level anymore. Still a very good midfielder, though, and that is why he's going in the A+ tier. Team of the season, Valverde. Another tough one, man. I'm going to put Valverde, though, in the A+. Again, I'm looking at the S tier, and I don't feel like he deserves to go on that level. Caicedo. Now, you can't get Caicedo anymore, but at the time he was released, if you compared him to, like, other midfielders stats-wise, honestly, he was up there. He looked so good. Now, though, if we're comparing it to the midfielders we have now, the long passing for midfielder, very poor. The dribbling as well. The dribbling is a little bit all over the place. I'm going to put Caicedo in the B+ tier. Sabitzer, Foot Fantasy, another one of those cards. Looked good at the time, but if you're comparing it to the midfielders we have now, Sabitzer for me is a B+ tier card. Wijnaldum, I do like this Wijnaldum card. He didn't get the upgrade, which was unfortunate, but I've always rated him. I think I've still got him as well in on my main account. I don't think I've got him on the RTG, but on the main account, I believe I still have him. So yeah, Wijnaldum for me, A tier. Musiala, loved him for so long. Always said that he was a comfortable S tier card. Now, I think it's time to drop down. I don't think Team of the Season Musiala deserves to go on that tier anymore. I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. N'Golo Kante. N'Golo's still the real deal. I know it's an expensive SBC. I know he's like 1.2 million coins, but it's like, this guy is crazy. You stick a Hunter Chem style, get that pace boost, get the shooting boost as well. His Travellas are broken, and it doesn't really make much sense. Like, he's got, what, 80 long shots, which is good, but it's not anything amazing. But if you go for Travella with him, you'll see that it's like flying in majority of the time. On defense, I don't think I really need to get into it. It's N'Golo Kante at the end of the day. This guy, he's a player that is 5'6", but doesn't have a 5'6" player's reach. That's like the best way of describing N'Golo Kante. Sissoko, pretty decent CDM. Nothing too insane. I would say A tier for Sissoko. Enzo Fernandez, very, very nice box-to-box midfielder. A+ though. I wouldn't put him in the S tier. Looking at the S tier players. Locatelli. Pace is a little bit slow now. Locatelli, B+. Footy's Rodri. Now, this is a tough one. Let me know in the comment section where you would put Rodri. Because for me, he isn't as good as Kessie. I feel like Kessie goes stronger into tackles. Same thing as like Tchouameni as well. Same thing as like Milinkovic-Savic. But he is a very good card. But I'm going to put him in the A+ tier. But I will say he is the best CDM, the best holding CDM in the entire A+ tier. Now, I've been looking at that B+ tier and I'm looking at Phillips and I'm like, maybe I went a little bit too harsh because he is nice defensively, just not as good as like Fofana or Casemiro defensively. But the thing that's going to make him stand out as a CDM is the fact that he's got 5-star skill moves and a 5-star weak foot. So I feel like I'm being a little bit harsh. I'm going to move him up to the A tier and we're going to move these players across. Sergio, A+. That's just like a comfortable A+ tier for me. He's so nice in that CDM position. He feels solid on the ball as well, but he just isn't like anything too insane. And Kunku, on the other hand, yeah, definitely an S tier card. Am I covering him? Yes, I am. Let me go ahead and move myself down here. We got back-to-back S tiers. Goretzka, he has to go up there as well. Footy's Benacer, when I used his team of the season, his Trevellas were like crazy. But that was because he had less than 90 shot power. Now, because he's got more than 90 shot power, his Trevellas don't really dip and they go in a straight line. So they're less consistent to go in. It's just how it works in this game. It's very weird. It shouldn't work like that in my opinion, but it's just how it is. Benacer is very nice. I'm going to put him A+. Kalanoglu, when I used him, I was kind of like surprised because I was expecting him to be better than what he was, but he was still like very, very solid. For me, A+. Renato Sanchez, S tier comfortably. He's just that guy. He's just so good as a box-to-box. Bailly, very nice in a CDM position. Now, the thing is, him as a centre mid, not really. But as a CDM, I would say Bailly deserves to go into the A+ tier. Am I pushing that a little bit? I don't think so. Like defensively, as a holding DM, defensively, Bailly is fantastic. See, I'm going to say A+. Team of the season, Pedri, I still like him a lot. I still use him. I think I used him last weekend because there was the La Liga objective. Pedri is still the real deal. He is still a very good card, and that is why he's going to go into the A+ tier. But just like that, we have ourselves our midfielders tier list. Now, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys my top 3 centre mids, top 3 CDMs, and then a few cheap beasts after. Let's start off with CDMs. Number 1 has to be shapeshifter Virgil van Dijk. For sure. He is just crazy defensively. Second is a tough one, but I'm going to say Yaya Toure. And then third, I would say Milinkovic-Savic. Top 3 centre mids. Tough one again. But I'm going to go for 99 KDB as my number 1. Second, Footy's Yaya Toure. And then third, team of the season or award-winning Bellingham. They're not actually the same card. Award-winning Bellingham has got better stats than the team of the season. And I'm pretty sure it's the only award-winning player. So the only award-winning player that got a card that has better stats than his team of the season. It's quite weird. I don't know what happened there. I'm not sure if it was a mistake from EA, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's my top 3 centre mids and top 3 CDMs. Now, a few cheap players. S tier is very expensive. Very. Joao Felix is up there. Kessie, as I said, if you can afford Kessie, get him. Go for an engine chem style. Amazing card. But yeah, everyone's expensive there. Let's drop down into the A+ tier. We have so many cheap players that you guys could try out without spending too many coins. Like Fernandez, so underrated. Such a nice box-to-box midfielder. McAllister, I'm not sure if he's still available. I don't believe he is. Valverde goes for like 100-something thousand coins. Beautiful card as well. Rodri is an objective. I believe he is still available. I'm pretty sure he is. So do Rodri. Put him as a holding CDM. No disappointment there. Team of the season, Pedri. I know he's dropped a lot, but I'm not sure how much. Llorente, he's under 100,000 coins. Definitely a card I recommend trying out. Barella, I think he's 100 and something. Another really, really good card. Rabiot used to go for like, I think he was a mil plus, and now he's dropped down to like 200 and something K. Pick him up. He is a beauty of a card. Musiala, I know he's not too cheap. I think he's like 300 to 400,000. Bailly, very, very cheap shapeshifter card. If you're looking for a holding CDM, he is your guy. But I would say Rodri as a holding CDM is better than Bailly. As I said to you guys before, I would say Footy's Rodri is the best CDM in the A+ tier, the best holding CDM. Let me know where you would have put Rodri. Would you say he goes A+, or would you say he deserves to be in the S tier? But that is going to be it. Hope you guys did enjoy the video today. If you did, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.